Hey, I'm Jarad Brown, New American Funding, local loan officer here in Savannah, Georgia. And today we're breaking down VA home loans and the advantages that VA buyers have in today's market.
What are some of the biggest changes or updates to VA loans that buyers should know about right now?
So VA has recently updated its minimum property standards. One of the things that have held VA back in the past is that they require repairs. The VA has a set of minimum property standards that must be met, such as, in the past, peeling paint, fogged windows, things like that. And homes that have those issues may stay away from accepting a VA offer. Well, the VA has gone in and backed down those VA minimum property standards, which is making more homeowners look at VA offers more seriously.
Have there been any recent guideline changes that are helping VA buyers qualify more easily?
Yes, there has been updates to the minimum time served. It used to be 180 days during peacetime. They've cut that back to 90 days worth of service, active duty service, even in peacetime. So it's allowing VA homebuyers to buy earlier in their service time, not having to wait the full 180 days. Also, we've seen increases to the maximum loan amount, which helps VA buyers in a lot of different ways.
How are today's interest rates affecting VA buyers differently than conventional buyers?
Yeah, VA home buyers are still taking advantage of better pricing than conventional. It's one of the great benefits of a VA loan is that they typically carry a lower interest rate than a conventional home buyer. Even a conventional home buyer is putting down 20%. And also there's no mortgage insurance on a VA loan. So VA home buyers are in a very strong position rate-wise compared to a conventional or non-military loan.
We've heard more about temporary rate buydowns recently. How are VA buyers using those in today's market?
Right now, we're in more of a buyer's market in Savannah. We're seeing sellers give more concessions than we have over the last few years. One of the ways a lot of VA home buyers are utilizing those concessions is to buy their rate down, to make their home even more affordable by having the seller pay for a rate buy down. Which helps you on your month-to-month cash flows. That helps that house become a little bit more affordable for you. And we're seeing that happen a good bit in the market right now.
Why is using a local lender even more important in today's competitive market?
Well, it means everything. We know the market, so we know how to, properly plan for taxes and insurance on that home payment. Also, our offer letters are when you submit an offer on a home, our pre-approval letters mean a little bit more to the listing agent, the person that's selling the house. They know that you're using someone local, somebody that they can hold accountable, somebody that they can communicate with. And so they look at local pre-approvals from local loan officers a little bit better than they would, say, an online lender that they've never heard of, or somebody, that's back in California or, Washington State.
What are sellers and listing agents looking for right now when reviewing a VA buyer's offer?
Well, they're looking for one, who's the lender, right? Who's the person that's saying that this person can buy. They're looking to see whether you're pre-qualified or pre-approved, whether you've turned in the proper documentation on the loan to get a pre-approval rather than a pre-qualification. And then they're asking, your lender, how fast can you close? How quick can you get this to the closing table? So are you working with a lender that is able to move you from contract to close in 3 weeks? Those are the things that we're seeing is pretty important when they're looking at those pre-approvals.
What VA loan myths are still causing problems for buyers in today's market?
One thing that I still consistently hear is confusion around no money down. Right? A lot of buyers think that just because it's 100% financing, that means that there are no costs associated with it. Just like when you buy a car, there's tax, tag, and title. When you buy a home, there's closing costs and prepaid items. So although you're not making a down payment on the home, there are still costs out there. The good news is you can negotiate to have the seller pay some, if not all, of those costs. And working with a buyer's agent is a great way to get those costs covered. That way you can truly have a zero-sum transaction.
How can VA buyers compete in multiple offer situations without overextending themselves financially?
The way that they can compete without giving up the seller paying the closing costs is negotiating things like finance contingency, due diligence, appraisal contingency, and really close time, the length of the transaction. Many sellers want to get rid of the house as fast as possible. So working with a lender that's able to move quickly to expedite the loan process can be a negotiating tactic whenever you're up against multiple offers on a home.
What are the biggest mistakes VA buyers are making right now?
Biggest mistake that I'm seeing that some VA home buyers are making is waiting for rates to go down. Sitting on the sideline, watching property values go up, the cost of the homes that they love go up while they wait for rates to go down. And during that time, they're likely either living on base, so foregoing their PAH entirely, or renting when they have the ability to buy, which is a huge mistake because you're missing out on an opportunity that's presented to you because of the decisions you've made in life, because of the service that you give. And, if you qualify for a home, you've done the hard part, doing the work to qualify. Not using that benefit is the biggest mistake that I'm seeing.
A lot of veterans don't realize they may still have remaining entitlement. Can you explain how that works in simple terms?
Yeah, absolutely. So I got a whiteboard, which should help a little bit here. Say the current VA max loan amount is about, I don't know, 830,000. It's pretty close to that. I can look up the exact number. And you bought your last home, what you bought it for, not what you owe on it now, but you bought it for 200,000. You have roughly $630,000 worth of remaining entitlement to use. If you sell this home, you have full entitlement again at whatever the max VA loan amount is for that year. But you can retain the other home, keep it as a rental, something like that, and still have enough entitlement to buy your next house. Now, say you buy another house or say you want to buy an $830,000 house, right? Instead of a $630,000 house, but you only have $630,000 worth of entitlement remaining. That would mean that you would need to put down 25% of 200,000 to get the $830,000 house. 25% of 200,000 is $50K, right? So you could get into an $830,000 house with 50,000 down, which is still, that's what, less than 10%. So remaining entitlement is whatever the current year's max loan amount is, minus what you bought your house for that you currently own. Whatever's left is how much entitlement you have.
Can veterans own more than one home using VA financing at the same time?
Absolutely. You can use the leftover entitlement, whatever entitlement you have, to buy as many homes as you would like to own, honestly. So many VA home buyers own multiple homes as an investment strategy for retirement.
How are military families using VA loans strategically to build long-term wealth through real estate?
Many VA home buyers, when they PCS to a new city, instead of selling their house, will retain that home and keep it as a rental. They take advantage of the fact that there's no mortgage insurance and they have lower interest rates, and hold those homes near military bases and rent them out to other people who are PCSing to the area. They grow their real estate portfolio as they move around the country and grow through their career, and it sets them up near retirement with both an income stream and equity that they could cash in at any point in time.
What advice would you give a first-time military buyer who feels nervous about buying in today's market?
Well, first off, every buyer, when they're buying a house, whether it's their first time or 50th time, they're nervous. There's no way around it. You're spending a ton of money, so you're right to be nervous. But with knowledge comes power. Surround yourself, build a team of people around you in the industry that know what they're doing, that you can ask questions to, because the more you understand, the less nervous you're going to be. So get a buyer's agent on the front end, get a lender on the front end, and have those conversations. Never be scared to ask a question. It's your realtor and your lender's job to teach you as we go. Provide us that opportunity by asking us questions. The more questions you ask, the more informed you're going to be and the more confident you're going to be going into your purchase.
If someone is waiting for rates to drop, what should they consider before delaying their purchase?
Yeah, I don't think waiting for rates to drop is a good idea. We've seen home prices consistently moving up over the last decade or so, right? And so as you're sitting on the sideline waiting for something that may or may not happen, the cost of the home that you're buying is continuing to go up. So that even if in, let's say, 2 years, interest rates are down a full percentage point, that house is up 6 to 10%. And you're going to end up with the same payment. You're just going to owe a lot more on the home, and you would have missed out on that opportunity for equity growth. VA, especially because you have the ability to do an interest rate reduction refinance at any point in time after closing, I would tell you to get in now, lock in today's value, and then when those rates go down in a year or two, a full percentage point, refinance at that point in time to get that lower interest rate. Then you have the lower purchase price and the lower interest rate. Sitting on the sideline when you have the ability to buy is never a good financial decision. Hey, this is Jarad Brown with New American Funding in Savannah, Georgia. And if you have any questions about the VA loan process or where you stand as far as being qualified for a VA home loan, you can always call me on my cell phone. I'm available 24/7. Call or text me. Get the process started today and get off the sideline.